Good morning, everybody. Josh Ezell, Breakthrough Real Estate and Property Management. Hope you're having a fantastic day. We're continuing our series on gratefulness. And I don't know about you, but looking back, specifically writing down a list, I have so many people specifically to be grateful for. So let's jump right in. Holy cow, man. I'm coming up on my 40th birthday in November. And call it a midlife crisis, call it what you will, but it's hard to believe that I'm going to be 40 years old. I'm looking at some of these people and I remember them like it's yesterday. And we're going to start it off with teachers. There are so many great teachers, and they are just wonderful, wonderful people. You know, somebody who has the heart of a teacher, that is a gift in and of itself. And there is not enough money or thank yous to truly do you justice. So let's kick it off with preschool. Mrs. Newton. Holy cow. Mrs. Newton, I remember what she wore, her heels, her hair. I remember her classroom. And some of my earliest memories are actually of her and the kids in that class. And all I remember is her smile. And I remember her just being there for us. And to this day, and I'm friends with her on Facebook, I hope you see this because I thank you. Just thank you. And let's follow that up with the next year, and that's Mrs. Neely. Mrs. Neely, my kindergarten teacher. I remember sitting next to her desk. She had the little thing the little sheet that counts to 100, and it was like right next to her desk. And that was the whole goal, you know, in kindergarten, to be able to count to 100. And I mean, I remember everybody in that class. And Mrs. Neely turned into my, I don't know if you'd call her my babysitter or whatever, but, you know, I used to always go over to their house, and I became really, really good friends with her daughter, and her daughter has a special place on this list too. So, Mrs. Neely, thank you very much. Obviously, I count daily and I read daily, and if it weren't for you and Mrs. Newton, that would not be possible. Mrs. Ayers, second and third grade. I was fortunate enough to have the same teacher second and third grade. And Mrs. Ayers was such a unique, loving teacher. I mean, I was so fortunate because all the students wanted to be in her class, you know? And I was fortunate to have her 2 years. Somehow she made us want to be the special one that got chosen to help her with her desk or whatever it might be. But she was also one of the rare teachers at that point in time in a private school that actually let us love music. And so I'll never forget the first time I heard Guns N' Roses, and thank you, Mrs. Ayers. I'm sure this isn't the one you were hoping for. It was Chris Warnock, I think it was, that actually brought in the Guns N' Roses tape. I'm pretty sure it was at that point in time that when you let us listen to music at the end there, right? And so my very first experience to Guns N' Roses, rock music, whatnot, was in your class on that day. I'm pretty sure it was like Fridays at the end of school or something, at the end of the day or something like that. And so that's one huge memory. Music is still a huge part of my life. I drum daily. Next is the fact that your husband worked for NASA. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it was 1986, and I'm pretty sure I was in your class when the Challenger exploded. And if it was because we were in Palmdale, you know, a lot of people worked at Edwards Air Force Base, etc. You know, that's one of those things that where were you at this moment? And wheeling in the TV and everything, I'll never forget that. And yeah, there's so much to be grateful for with Mrs. Ayers. So this is a long video. I hope you get something out of it because make a list today for yourself. How many people can you be thankful for? And start it off at the beginning. I mean, I started in preschool and just worked my way down. And there are so many wonderful people in this world. If we look for them, they are everywhere. Thank you so much. Please like, share, comment, hit that subscribe. Write your list below of people you want to thank. And I'll talk to you tomorrow.